Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Christopher. Christopher is from Kansas in the USA. So let's see what Christopher has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Christopher, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
It's going well. Went to church this morning. We had a potluck, so.
Amazing. So tell me, what was the highlight of your time in the church today?
So on days that we have potluck, which is the fifth Sunday of the month, so we do about three a year. Um, I go into the kitchen. I like to cook, so I take people's foods, and if it needs to be refrigerated, I put it in the refrigerators, or if it needs to be warmed up, I warm it up for them.
Amazing. And how long is the time that you arrive there until you leave it, the whole thing?
I'd say I arrived around 10 a.m. and then it ended around 1:30.
I see. And tell me, where are you from, Christopher?
I live outside Wichita, Kansas. So Wichita is the largest city in Kansas, and I live in the country. So I live not in the city.
So tell me something interesting about the place where you live right now.
Um, well, the interesting thing about Kansas is that we get all the seasons.
Yeah?
So, and they can change rapidly. So it has been raining for about 3 or 4 days, and it's been very cold. But today it was more like 70 degrees. I don't know how to say that in Celsius, but yeah.
Okay. And how far are you from the capital, Topeka?
The capital of Kansas or
Yeah.
the
How far are you from the capital?
Topeka, I would say is about 3 hours away by car.
I see. And tell me, what do you do for work for a living, Christopher?
I consider myself, well, I started out as a model. I
Mhm.
signed to an agency and then I switched over to acting. I don't get a lot of acting work here in Kansas. So mainly what I do for a living is I am a house sitter and a pet sitter.
Okay, I see. And tell me, living in Kansas, being an actor, do you have like opportunities, some places where you can audition as well, or you need to go to another state maybe?
So I'm signed to an agency and they get me auditions sometimes. Other
Hmm.
times I just find auditions that
Yeah,
people are doing. Um, I did shoot or I starred in a movie that was shot in Colorado, the next state over.
right.
So I had a connection there. So I moved to Colorado for about 3 months to shoot that.
Wow,
So
it's amazing. And what was the project about?
it was a psychological thriller. It was called, at the time, it was called Soul Custody. I believe it's been renamed, so now it's called Moonlight Soul. I believe they changed it a lot. So, but it was about a woman who she thought she was seeing ghosts, I guess. So,
Wow, interesting. Wow. Okay, Christopher. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
okay.
But before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Oh, okay. One of the things that I also do is I'm a film critic. So I watch movies in my hometown at the theater every week, and I get to write about it,
Oh,
and it
wow.
gets published. So I really enjoy doing that. And then something that people may not know, I was adopted. So my parents, Carl and Gina German, adopted me when I was 5 days old. Um, I was an abortion survivor. So
Wow.
yeah,
Interesting. Oh, wow. That's both of them. They're very interesting for sure. Thanks for sharing.
thank
Amazing.
you.
Christopher, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Yes, yes, thank
Amazing.
you.
Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Full of round of fun questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
All right.
Let's do it. Okay, so before we start the game, during the join, comes up a question that you don't want to answer, you don't want to talk about, always can change, okay?
Okay.
Amazing. First question is, what 3 things are you most grateful for?
I am grateful for my parents. I still live with them. So I'm grateful that I am able to spend time with them every day.
Wow.
I am grateful for my health. I fell earlier this year and I thought I broke my ankle, but I didn't.
Oh, wow.
And so I am grateful that while it took a while to recover, I did recover. So I'm grateful for that. And I am grateful that I have opportunities to do things that I love, whether it be work for myself, being a pet sitter, or writing film reviews. I have had many great opportunities in my life.
Wow. As I can see your eyes shining talking about your parents. So tell me so far, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from them?
My parents are very patient. My parents are very gracious. But I think the one thing I learned the most from them is they're very generous. And I learned generosity from them through their actions, not because they told me that I should be generous, but because I've observed how generous they can be with others.
Wow. Okay, so both of your parents, they are watching this interview right now and you have a moment, an opportunity to send them a message. What would you say? They're watching.
I would say, hi, mom and dad. Thank you for all you've done and provided for me.
Beautiful.
And I love you.
Sweet, very sweet. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Christopher. Next question is, how do you describe a perfect, healthy relationship?
I think that a relationship with anyone involves trust, kindness, understanding, honesty, and grace.
Wow. Saying that, how do you see the dating life, you know, the area where you live? Is it easy to go on a date? People, they prefer to go online or apps, or there is like places where people meet up? How you see that based on your experience?
In my experience, I think meeting face to face is always the most organic. But I know many relationships and couples and who are married who have met multiple ways.
Yeah.
They've met online or they met by accident. And I think that if you're looking for love, it's something that you have to know yourself in order to know if you're with the right person.
What's the meaning of love for you? When you think about love, what that means for you?
I think love is sacrifice. I think that you have to at times compromise, not always, but sometimes you do. You have to be flexible. And at the end of the day, I think you just have to decide if that person's really worth it. And if it is, then that's good.
Amazing. Tell me the very first time when love hit you that you felt like, oh my God, now I know the meaning of love. It doesn't need to be a romantic love. It could be any kind of love that for you, you felt like, oh my God, that's such a great feeling I'm feeling right now.
All right. I met someone a couple years ago. It was not romantically. It was a job interview.
Wow.
And I met this man and he had a need. He needed someone in his life to assist him. And my love for him was immediate because I knew that I could fulfill that need and that I could help him. And so I immediately decided to work for him.
It's amazing.
So yeah,
Wow,
that was probably the last time I really felt a strong bond of love with someone.
beautiful. Love it. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, so before the next question, tell me what do you like the most about acting? What do you like the most about it? What's the biggest joy of it?
Okay, so interestingly enough, I started out as a model and I really loved modeling, but I was told I was too short. So they told me to switch to acting. And I have always loved movies, but I never saw myself as an actor. And so I decided to try it. And it turned out that people enjoyed my acting. So I was getting hired more and more. And so it's interesting because I love hearing other actors talk about their passion and love for acting because it's not something that was natural or something that happened at the beginning for me. It was something that I'm slowly learning.
Uh-huh. And the most challenging part about your career, what do you
Oh,
think?
acting, I will always say this acting was the hardest thing I had to learn how to do.
Hmm.
Um, and even though it's easier for me now that I've been doing it for about a decade, I still have to remind myself that at the beginning, it was the hardest thing I had to learn how to do.
Wow,
And when I see young actors, I have to remember that they're struggling, because it can be very difficult.
absolutely. Okay. Right. Next question for you is, what was your best friend name growing up? And why did you consider this person as your best friend at the time?
Um, my best friend growing up was a guy named Owen. We met at our high school graduation. We had not known each other. We met the day we graduated,
Wow.
and we were both going into adulthood, and we were looking towards the future, but we were also doing it alone. And we realized that we were on this journey separately together, and we decided, why don't we do it together? And so we started spending time together and hanging out together, and we became best friends.
Wow. And did you like school growing up?
I was homeschooled, so I did enjoy it. Being homeschooled worked really well for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I went to college, that was my first real experience of having classmates, and I
Okay.
really enjoyed college. And then I went to grad school, and then I got to study in depth the things that I wanted to love, which was film.
I see. Right. Next question. Let's do it. All right. Next question is, what's the best and the worst of being yourself?
The best and the worst. I would say I do enjoy myself. I do enjoy being me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't encounter that many people who have the same interests or the same personality as me. So I'd say the worst part is that it can be lonely when you're the only one.
Okay.
But the best part is that I'm definitely unique enough to stand out and to be remembered.
Wow, that's beautiful. I like that. Wow. And being adopted, it's something that you grew up new with. Your parents had like a conversation. It was something open for you.
Yes, partially. I knew obviously that I was adopted. So was my sister. She was
Mm-hmm.
adopted. We were not related by blood, but we were both adopted, and we knew it. And we had my family. Every member of my family was very loving and accepting of that, which was great. I did learn later on in life when I was about 30. Um, I did learn more of the reasons why I was adopted, which was more tragic. And so, but I was able to take that into stride, and
Mm-hmm.
it didn't really change me. But helped me better understand where I came from.
Saying that, what's the meaning of life for you, Christopher?
Life for me is I need to constantly remind myself that it is short
Mhm.
and that we need to spend um, every moment trying to, if you can't be in the moment, at least appreciate it because it goes by very, very fast.
It does for sure. It does get, and the older you get, it feels like it go even faster.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that you feel very grateful for.
A life lesson. Well, with recently, one of the questions that I get asked, in job interviews is where you see yourself in 5 years.
Mhm.
And I've never really been a huge fan of that question. But nowadays, if you asked 5 years ago where you saw yourself, no one knew what was going to happen. And since the pandemic, I think it's really important to remember that life can change very quickly,
Yeah.
that we don't have control over a
Yeah.
lot of things. But it's good to be able to be open and flexible for whatever comes your way, and to really appreciate the things that you have at the moment.
Yeah, I think when you feel grateful about everything in your life, whatever we have, I think it's such a great feeling when you put yourself in this situation. You're like, you know what? I'm grateful for this or for that or for simple things. I think it feels great and you feel more happy about yourself as well and about life. That's how I see.
Yes,
Amazing.
I agree.
Next question. Let's do
Okay.
it. Okay, so before the next question, let's do a little game, okay? Let's
Okay.
let's pretend that one day you're gonna get the biggest budget in your hands, yeah? That's to put together like a movie scene or a short movie or a play in a theater that you can choose anyone to play your mom. Yeah, you're gonna be on it as well. So you're gonna pay anyone, to play your mom, anyone to play your dad, anyone to play your romantic partner, and at the same time as well you can pay any director or producer in the world to help you to put all together. So tell me those names.
Ooh, okay. For my mom, both of my parents are Caucasian. So let's see. Um, my dad, it's really funny. A lot of people think he looks like William H. Macy. And so that would be really good because they look alike. Um, for my mom, it'd be really hard. I think anyone could play her as long as they were kind
Okay.
and so it could really be anyone of that age. I'm trying to think of an actress who would be close to my mom's age. Maybe Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Um, I know Jodie Foster's close to my mom's age. My mom's a big fan of her, so that might be a great thing for her.
For sure.
For my love interests, um, I don't think I want to pick. I think I want someone else to pick for me.
I love that. Wow.
And then as for a director to direct my life, there's so many people, but maybe myself. I
Wow.
Yeah,
That's good.
I was thinking of Spielberg directing The Fablemans, which is about his own life, and
Wow.
maybe I could do something like that.
Beautiful. And what would be the title of your memoir or the title of this movie about your life?
Um, I would say maybe something about speed or motion or life in motion or something like that.
Is it work in progress still to
Yeah,
find it?
yeah.
Next question is, who would you swap lives with for a day if you could, for any reason?
Hmm. There's a photographer that I admire here in Wichita named Justin Lester, and he's very talented, and he just has a life that I couldn't fathom. because he does so many neat things. And it'd be interesting to see what it'd be like to live in his shoes for a day.
Wow, beautiful. 3 questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Do you like dancing, Christopher?
I do. I trained as a dancer too. So
Amazing. Next question is, tell us about your guilty pleasure.
guilty pleasure. I love food, mostly desserts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to cut back, but I'm trying to find balance between maybe a healthy dessert.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna explore eating more fruit. So
Wow.
yeah.
As you mentioned at the beginning of the interview that you love cooking. So tell me a dish that you could eat for the rest of your life, like every day, that you would never get tired of it, and something that you cannot eat or you don't like to eat at all. There is something?
I could eat pizza every day. Food that I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a huge fan of like stir fry.
Okay.
So,
And your favorite dessert?
oh gosh, I really enjoy, and I do enjoy fruit this way, like a crumble or a cobbler.
Okay.
So like warm fruit with something on it. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love sweets as well, by the way. 2 questions left. Let's do
Okay.
it. Yes, there you go. Before the next question, tell me, let's talk about a little bit about being a film critic. So tell me, when you are watching the movie, there are some criteria that you need to focus on it, or something that you need to somehow, watch through the movie to make a decision at the end. Walk me through a little bit about it.
So for me, when I review film, I think about three people's perspectives: the filmmaker's perspective, the audience's perspective, and my perspective. And it's not hard for you to watch a movie and say, okay, this movie was made for the audience. Um, some movies you watch and you don't really understand it, you may think, I think the director made this for himself. But when you find a movie that speaks to all three, that the filmmaker was passionate about, he was thinking about the audience, and it struck a chord personally with you, I think that that is when you know you've experienced a great film.
Wow.
So I look for that. And it's really hard because critics will focus on certain aspects of film. There are so many aspects you can focus on, whether it's the directing or the acting or the music.
Mm-hmm.
But you only have so many words to write, so you have to pick what you want to focus on. And that's okay, because that's what makes your style of critique different from everyone else's.
For example, if you're gonna go to watch a movie, in the cinemas, in the theater, and there is like a comedy, a drama, a horror, and one of those superhero movies. And which one would get your attention straight away? That would go, okay, I've got all those options. Which one would go your tendency to go?
It depends on my mood.
Okay,
I'm not a huge fan of horror. I don't like scary things.
me too. I don't.
Yeah. And so luckily at the theater that I work at, we don't play a lot of those. It's a one screen movie theater. So it's an
Okay.
independent house. So with so many movies, as you pointed out, you can have 4 movies come out a week, but we only have one screen. So we have to pick one movie. And
Right.
so we tend to pick more family friendly movies.
Okay.
So there's a lot of movies, say horror, that comes out, but we don't play them because we just don't have time. So
I see. And top 3 favorite movies of all time for you? I know it's hard, but for example, for me, I love movies as well. I go every weekend to the cinema, to the theater, watch a movie. It's my therapy of the week. And I could tell hundreds of movies. But right now, for you, tell me 3 names that come to your mind straight away when I ask this question.
first one is You've Got Mail.
Okay.
The second one is How to Steal a Million with Audrey Hepburn and Peter O'Toole.
Okay.
And then the third one, we'll say Empire Records.
All right. Next question is, what's the soundtrack of your life and why?
Ooh, soundtrack. Um, General soundtrack. I really am a huge fan of Vince Guaraldi. I love watching the Peanuts cartoons just for the music.
Okay.
I think that his style of jazz worked with all aspects of life. I really like Henry Mancini in the same way. So,
All right. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Hey, Christopher from Kansas. Next question is, what's your most embarrassing moment?
okay, let's see. I don't get too embarrassed very often, but just recently I had done a video and I received a pie in the face and posted it on YouTube, but I had taken a photo to get printed at the shop. And I was speaking to the girl and I was printing off other photos and she was helping me pick. And then when I finished, I walked away and I realized that one of the photos I was printing was of me getting pied in the face, covered in cream. And I realized that she was.
I saw the picture.
That.
I saw the picture.
Yeah. And so I realized that this girl that had helped me with my other photos, would see that too. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. There's a YouTube video you can watch too. So that was pretty embarrassing.
Very sweet. Last question. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Before the last question, actually, Christopher, I just remember now. Last week, a few weeks ago, I had an interview with a lovely actor from England, from Leeds. His name is Josh.
Yes, I know Josh.
Yeah, so he said to me, William, I've got some people that love you to approach them for the interview, and he suggests you. I just remember now.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
wonderful. Thanks.
I know. So yes, I just remember now because he suggested like different people, and he said, "Okay, William, would you mind to maybe they would be up for it." So yes, I just remember now. Amazing.
Okay.
Great man. Before the last question, as an artist, yeah, you are a model, dancer, you are an actor as well. Tell me a moment in your career that for you're never gonna forget. Somehow, so far, brought something into your life or your memory in your heart that you're gonna go like, you know what, these moments I always cherish, I always remember.
So as I've explained in my interview, I wear many hats. I've had many careers.
Yeah.
And my friend Aaron Patton is a photographer in Wichita, and he's doing a project called The Americans, where he takes photos of different people in their careers. And he asked me to pose for him. And then he asked the most obvious question, what career would I put down? And so I decided to put down film critic. So I wore a suit and I had some popcorn, and he took my photo. But the one thing that I will always love about that moment and that photo is that as a kid, I always wanted to be a film critic, and I would watch Siskel and Ebert, and I would read newspapers, and I always wondered how one became one. And then throughout the decades of my life, I eventually became one. And so it's nice to look back and be like, what did you want to be as a kid? And it was a film critic, and then I not only got to be one, but I was also photographed as one. So
wow. That's why I always tell the words have power. When you put it out, someone, God, the universe, there's somebody listen to you, like like angel, a protector listen to you. I've got goosebumps now. And so I think the words they are very powerful. You know what I mean? So sometimes when we put it out with passion, with desire, with this love, trust me, someone's gonna hear it, is gonna listen to it, and gonna somehow work on it for us. Beautiful. Last question is, what makes you most uncomfortable about yourself?
Most uncomfortable about myself. I kind of said it before that I tend to be very unique, and I realize that when you're an artist, when you're different, when you're weird or unique,
which is amazing to be weird and different.
Yeah.
I love to be weird though. I love it.
Yeah. But when you encounter like a group of people, that can be it can be awkward, it can be
Yeah.
uncomfortable,
Yes.
and but maybe even just trying to explain what you do or who you are can be difficult for some people to understand. And
Totally.
so I think that could be a situation. But the upside is when you find someone like you who enjoys that, you make a
Absolutely.
strong connection.
Totally. Yeah, I think it feels so good to feel weirdo because you don't fit here, you don't fit there. You just yourself. You're just different. I know, as you mentioned, it cannot be easy sometimes because the voice can be very strong out there. However, it feels great, like feeling weirdo when you know it. Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to say one word and you just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? Let's start with money.
Wealth,
Fear.
courage,
Life.
love,
Family.
kinship,
Love.
passion,
Religion.
God,
Politics.
noise,
Sex.
love,
Okay? Friendship.
brotherhood,
Desire.
passion,
Regret.
life,
Success.
greatness,
Wish.
desire,
Happiness.
time,
Okay? One word for Kansas.
sunlight,
I like that. One word for USA.
diverse,
One word for film critic.
opinions,
And the last one now, if you could define your career, as an artist with all those hats that you wear, what would be one word?
maybe it's hyphenated, but risk taker.
I like it. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friends. Define Christopher in one positive and one negative word only. What your best friend would say about you.
Well, I know this. So they would say for a positive, they would say he's definitely a risk taker.
Right?
For a negative, um, I can be reckless.
Um, if I would ask the same question to your parents, it would be the same answer?
Um, for a positive, they would say that I'm pretty courageous.
Mm-hmm.
And then for a negative, they would probably say that I tend to forget that others are sometimes not as courageous. And so that I need to remember that others may struggle with taking the same risks that I have.
Amazing. Let's play now Christopher and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it.
Okay.
But before asking the question now, people watching this interview right now, maybe they would like to start a career as a film critic. What would be your best piece of advice?
Watch movies, which is super important. But two, practice writing.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if anyone's going to see it. You still have to practice writing.
But interesting saying that, Christopher, because here in London, I talk to a lot of people, people who are friends as well, and literally a lot of people here, they go to see movies after reading the critics. It's quite common here in London. Yes, a lot of people, they put the stars, 5 stars, 3 stars, so they love it. And it's funny because when I talk to people about movies, I go like, oh, let's go to see that movie. They go like, actually, I read the critic and it wasn't very good, or it was amazing, it was this. So, I realized that since I've been living here in England, in London, and of course, a lot of movies, it's very common people to take their time, to take this moment to read a little bit before making a decision of watching a movie. Very good. Amazing. Okay, you can ask me a question now, Christopher.
What do you do on your day off to enjoy life?
Okay, I'm gonna be very honest, yeah, and already said, but I'm gonna be honest, and it's going to the movies, going to the cinema. For me, I always find as a therapy. Yeah, people who knows me. Actually, I don't have here close to me, but I have a membership card, one of the chains here in London, since 2007 when I arrived here. So imagine, I paid these monthly membership cards where you can go to see any movie anytime. So for me, I see it as a therapy, because the whole experience for me, it's magical. Yeah, I love going there, get a popcorn or getting ice cream or just water, sitting down, watch a little bit of the trailers, and suddenly the experience starts. It's the only time of the day for me that I forget about the magic box. It's on the side, because I get into it, the whole story. Watching a movie could be a drama, comedy, family, movie, could be anything. That for me, I get myself so connected with the whole experience, that for me, literally I see as a therapy for me, because I think it's a time where I forget about problems, about what's going on in my life, what's happening, anything that goes there. Is this 2 hours, 1 hour and 40 minutes that for me, I'm so connected with the whole experience that, brings me joy, brings me happiness or emotion as well. So depending what I'm watching, it's a place where I can just disconnect from my real life and be connected with something that's, something that's it's magical, let's put it this way. And of course, I could tell you that I love seeing friends. I love, doing some exercise, walk in the park, doing something nice for my well-being. However, based on your question, this is something that for me, it's something that's a must every week, every weekend, something that's, I'm going to be there for sure, watching a movie. So yeah, it's my answer for you. Very genuine answer.
I love it, of course.
Did you enjoy the interview?
I did. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And I think it's amazing to have passionate people here, and talking to you, I can feel that passion about your life, about your, your movies, and about your career as well. So carry on, you know what I mean? Carry on, that things always gonna come up and show up in the time that's that's meant to be, for sure. Before you go, Christopher, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Oh gosh. You said 2 words that I know are very, very English, and but they carry a lot of positivity with me. It's just carry on. I love that. Carry on is
Wow.
what I'd like.
Totally. Carry on. That's the only way, it should go.
Yeah.
I love it. Amazing. Okay. Thanks again. Enjoy with your day, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
Yes, I would love to keep in touch. It was nice meeting you.
For sure. Take care, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.